right. Very first Metal Monday on a Wednesday of 2024 with a special guest, Justin Trentadue, which
Trentadue.
which means 32.
32 in a town. You got that.
That's how old you are, right?
Yeah, I wish I was still in my 30s, but I'm not.
Hey, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for filling in for Brett. Brett is on a much well-deserved vacation with his family. So we're trying to not bother him. So gotta guess. I'm dabbling with trying to get maybe more and more special guests to kind of fill in what they're hearing on the other sides of the country. You're over in Florida.
Down, yeah, southeast Florida. So down Fort Lauderdale area, Broward County, one county north of Miami. So about 35 minutes north of Miami. So yeah, down here we're really heavily involved in the export markets. I mean, we're really far away from a lot of the domestic mills. So I guess I'm jumping right into it, man. I know I got some big shoes to fill with Brett being out, but you know, a lot of talk in December. What we were hearing is that January is going to be up, January is going to be up, and now we have all these problems in the Red Sea, and it looks like export. We're hearing actually offers that are 20 to 25 bucks down from last month right now.
So now you're hearing down because I'm hearing in the Midwest from my friend Jake. He told me he's hearing sideways.
Yeah, I think domestically, we've heard from the people that I've talked to is sideways, but there's also some sentiment that it could be down. The North right now, from what I've heard, is trading slightly higher than the South. And so that might be the only saving grace for the South is that the North might actually be down. This is what I'm hearing. And I can tell you that export offers are absolutely down right now. 20 to 25 bucks from last month's offers, actually from last week's offers. The problem is with the Red Sea right now, the shipping lines are talking about raising container rates 500 to 1,000 bucks a container, which is significant. It's
Oh,
significant.
wow.
So that's kind of put a damper in things, and you know, I think the domestic market may take advantage of that. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, we were hearing up money this month. I'm hoping up at this point. Sideways would be nice, but we're still hoping up in the West. That Brett will be the one that closes those deals, makes those deals in our areas. I haven't heard from him. He'll usually let me know once he gets the number, which that means he hasn't got the number, so he's probably still talking to everybody. Um, but everything I've been reading here, and sideways is kind of the norm for this month, possibly down, unfortunately, which a few weeks ago that wasn't the chatter in the West Coast. And
No, not down here either.
um, what about non-ferrous? You guys do a lot of non-ferrous over there?
Yeah, I do a lot of non-ferrous. I would say right now for us, obviously we're in we have a shredder, so we are shredding and we're doing cut grades and non-ferrous from our other yards as well. But I would say the hottest item right now is Zorba. I mean, Zorba prices are really strong. Um, you know, up money. Obviously the LME kind of went up last week and it's kind of back down a little bit this week, but
Yep.
I'd say the Zorba numbers are very strong against some of the other grades. Some of the other domestic aluminum. I mean the Midwest transaction prices down this month, so some of those numbers are down. I think the spot market might be a little bit higher. But that's kind of what we're seeing on the aluminum side. Zorba's hot. I mean, we're really trying to shred as much aluminum as we can right now, because the prices on Zorba are just beating a lot of the other items.
Yeah, so we saw a really good run last, end of the year. We saw a good run in most non-ferrous commodities. We've seen a dip this week. We've seen copper dip back down to the 380 range. Aluminum still looks strong though. Nickel is what it's been. It's not a whole lot of movements. And the PGMs it's a little early to tell where all this is gonna go. We are hoping that the momentum kind of carried over into 2024. But like I said, it's early. It's January 3rd, you know.
Yeah, and I was talking to one of my colleagues today, and he said, doesn't matter, it's an election year. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or wherever you sit. He said usually election years are pretty good. So there is some of that sentiment out there that you may start seeing inflation go down and maybe even interest rates come down a little bit. And I think if that happens, watch out. I think commodities could potentially benefit.
Everything lined up for a good commodities year, with everything you just said. Now, I've we've sat here and said that many, many times. It should do this. And then we're like, shit, like it didn't do
Just,
what you said it was gonna do.
just buy and sell every day, man. I think that's what I've learned. I mean, if there was one thing I would speculate on right now, it'd be nickel. It would be for me, it's stainless. And I guess I would sit on it as long as I could at these levels. But I mean, I don't speculate, but if that's the one thing I could pick out, that's what I would pick out. Everything else, I think you just gotta buy and sell, man. Because you just never know. I mean, like we were just talking about earlier, we're talking about ferrous prices being up. Everybody was bullish for January, and all of a sudden, you have turmoil in the Red Sea, and
Mhm.
people attacking container ships, and now they're deciding to divert vessels from going through the Suez Canal and the Red Sea all the way down around the Horn of Africa. I think we're sending a destroyer there. I mean, so it doesn't really sound good, and that almost happened overnight. I mean, I guess some people could have predicted it, but you just never know. And that's why I think in this game, you got to just buy and sell, man.
And that's why it was so interesting about what we do. Like it's a much bigger picture too. Some global political things can really make movements. Some, wars and things of that nature can really change the trajectory of where all the markets are going to go. So any big movers like that, like you said, like any adjustments to the interest rates here will cause some ripple effects up or down, and everything I read is they're trying to pull some of those interest rates down this year, which will be nice for a lot of people. And we'll just have to wait and see. And I really thank you for jumping on today. You got to do a few more this year. You got to promise me at least a few more.
Hey, Nick, whatever you need, man. Anything I can do. I don't think I can fill in fully for Brett, but I'll do my best, man.
He's a hardest worker I've ever met, so it's hard to fill those.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I'm just I'll help you out any way I can, man. I appreciate you thinking about me, man.
We appreciate you and thank you, everybody. Check it out. Check out Justin. Go follow him. Go check out what he's doing. He's doing a lot of awesome things over there. And we are currently using your Uptime PM. Thank you for
Yep. Thank
being
you, man.
patient with us on that. And we are finally getting things up and rolling on that. So we appreciate that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.